Welcome, friends, it is I, LostScarf, and it's time for the patch notes, and as always, we're going to look at the gods, other skins, voice packs. We're going to look at the chest for a moment, we're going to look at balances for items and gods, and then take a look at Soul at the end. So, New Odyssey's got Kwanzaa, and then his icon. Now it's time for Soul. There she is right there, looking pretty hot, looking really hot. There she is right there. She is a funny-looking goddess. Just because of her actions, she's very carefree spirit, it looks like, and damn. Alright, so how hot a flame suit do I need to be able to handle a hug? Because I would like one. Now we got Grim Mariachi. There you go. He's got himself a guitar, and he plays it. I'm hoping he actually uses that thing in maybe taunts or in something. That'd be great. Honestly, I want him to El Kabong for his ult. If he El Kabonged, that would be amazing. It's a very good looking skin there. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at Soul. Over here, Soul. Bam! There you go. Like I said, pretty hot. And other recolor is really nice looking. They did a good job on the recolor for sure there. Now, someone noted that Agni with blue recolor does blue flames. She does not do blue flames, so that's too bad. Go ahead and hear the voice back.
Defend middle lane. I'll gank right lane. Attack left lane.
Interesting accent.
I'm returning to the base. Gank right lane. Chase the enemy. Be soft. I'll
Be
attack
soft?
the fire giant. Enemy missing.
I found that difficult.
Defend left lane.
So, that voice, the accent sounds familiar-ish. It's got to be from the Norse area. I just don't know which country it would be.
I'll gank left lane.
So I will not hazard a guess on that one. Take a look at... Haven't bought the skin yet. We'll buy it later. Here is this skin. It came out on an off week, so there's no patch. So now we're going to take a look at it now. And there it is. The Kwanzaa Kakoken skin. There you go.
I'm returning to base.
There's the voice pack everyone hates.
Ooh, I'll gank right lane. I'm returning right lane. Right game. Be right back.
Does he sound like,
It's a trap. I have returned.
He sounds like freaking Hiccup.
Behind us. I'll gank left
Holy
lane.
crap, he sounds like Hiccup. I feel like they were channeling that guy. Alright, let's see. Next. Gold Skin Ravana. Doesn't look bad. Looks alright. Looks kind of cool. Looks kind of nice. I like that they're doing different blues, though. That's cool. Then we got the black one, and this one looks really good. I like this one a lot. It matches him pretty well there. And then Diamond. I feel like Diamond clashes a little too much, personally. Like, it doesn't feel like it matches him too well. Not a fan of that one. Kali got a new portrait for Tomato Kali, and it is a nice-looking portrait. The artist there, good job on that. Damn. And lastly, Grim Mariachi. There you go. I really want him to kabong for his ult. He's not gonna, but that would be awesome if El Kabong was his ult. I just think that'd be great. So Grim Mariachi, pretty good-looking skin. He looks like the Spy in a skin, really. He doesn't look like Logan to me. He looks like freaking Spy from TF2, honestly. He really does. Oh, he's scheming. He's scheming. Voice pack?
Okay. Attack right lane. Help left lane. Good work, son.
I like how subtle the accent is.
I'm returning middle lane. Defend right lane. That is unfortunate. I'll defend the gold. Stay here. Sorry, amigos. I'll defend left lane. Out of mana.
It is a very subtle voice there, and I like it for him right there. Doesn't need to be outrageous like his other ones. Pretty good. I like it. Pretty good. Good job. Well done. Take a look at balance. Two quick things before we get to item balance. That is the new play menu here, which looks really nice. But as a UI perspective, as far as just ease, it got worse in a way. Because it goes, you pick one, slides over, and if you want to go back, you do this. When it used to be just menu next to menu, so you picked one and picked the other. That's just a little nitpick there. It's just not as easy as it was. But it looks nice. It definitely looks very nice there. Other thing to look at is the chests. And here's the chest right here, Halloween chest. 9 items in there. I don't own 5 of them. If I want Grim Mariachi, I have to risk getting these guys who I don't care about at all. I like Assassin, just don't care for his skins. Then you have the Odyssey chest. I own 195, I have 256 here. I don't own Derpules or Reanimated and a couple others. But the vast majority in here for me is probably boosters. So I'm just going to shy away from those. And then we got these chests over here. So now let's take a look at balance. So there are 3 items balanced and 1 item was reverted on its balance. And let's talk about that. Bluestone Pendant was nerfed on damage and they have now removed that nerf. And according to Ponpon, they didn't feel like that nerf really did anything, so they're going to try a different nerf. Just mentioning that to say they're thinking of what they're going to do about Bluestone Pendant. Now another nerf is, I freaking called this one. Mail renewal goes from 20% to 15%. Called it! Called it! Pick up that phone. The other ones are Mage Boots, so Shoes of Focus has gained 250 mana, while Shoes of Magi lost the mana and has now gained 5 extra magical power. So, there's your question. You want more pen and power? Do you want that mana and still a good amount of power there and like cooldown and everything to sustain you? So it's really just a question of power or sustainability and also being able to cast things more often. Which one you want? Certain gods, it'll be better to go for the Magi's, and certain gods, it'll be better to go for Focus, depending on what you want to do early game. If you want to be aggressive early, for sure. While late game gods probably might still go for Focus and then just plan out things later on for that. I don't know. I really feel like I'm going to be using Shoes of Focus for a lot of gods, and I'm going to be using Shoes of Magi's for a lot of gods. So I'm finding a good balance there personally. But you might feel differently. Alright, so god bounces. First up is Apollo, and what happened here is his third ability, the moves. When he hits you with a knockback at the end of his dash, he's knocked you back 175, now it's 250 in strength. So there's that. I feel like it was reverted a long time ago. Like, well, wasn't it weakened? The knockback, and now they've strengthened it? I think that's what they did there as a minor tweak to Apollo. Or was it damage? Oh, Wheelix. Okay, so Wheelix gets one thing, and that's her ult. She can now get you through walls if you jumped over a wall. Which, I'm surprised wasn't a thing already. I don't play Wheelix much, but she should be able to get you over a wall if you jumped over it before you land, because she's all about the anti-escape with her ultimate, so I'm perfectly fine with this. I thought she had it the whole time. Cabrakan is now 10 seconds on his cooldown across the board on Refraction Shield instead of it going down. And, yeah, it just makes Cabrakan more Cabroken. That's not a bad thing there. Cabrakan doesn't get played much, but he is pretty good when he does. Now, Chalk's Rain Dance has gained 10% across the board on its slow, so 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35%. So essentially, he's kind of got a Ice Hammer aura to him to slow down the enemy team or just a single god so he can just beat them up. So, nice for Chalk there, allowing him to just beat people up a little bit better there and slow them down for teammates, especially if you go for Axe Rain. That way you can slow down a bigger area for the enemy. That'd be helpful with the bigger AoE ult and stuff like that. So Chalk has a better position because of that. I just don't know how much until, well, we see him in action. Hebos 2 now gives slow immunity on the carpet. That is crazy. I don't know. Like, with that, you're able to, well, just have your team ignore slows, which is a big counter to a lot of gods in this game, because slows are everywhere. So that is pretty big for team fighting phase for sure. Ho Yi got buffs. I like Ho Yi. I didn't feel like you need him, but he got him. So Ricochet is now 10 seconds from 14 seconds, and Dive Bomb now does plus 60% from plus 30% power contribution there. So he hits a little bit harder, and he's able to ricochet a bit more often, which should be really nice for him there. I don't know, this should do really good for him. He should be able to perform pretty well, and yeah, it makes it more viable as honor. Mercury got buffed in 2 places. Fastest God alive. Now what happens is it's now 75% max on base attack from just moving around travel. It used to be 50%, so he's going to hit harder when he gets to somebody at the start. That's pretty good for him. And the other one is Special Delivery got strengthened by 50. So he used to throw you up 300, now he throws you up 350. So what happens there is, it's just, you're going to be up higher for a little bit, which sets you up more for punches from Mercury. So this allows Mercury to get more guaranteed punches in. They nerfed that a while back, so they brought it back in, and this should make Mercury better. For dang sure, guaranteed punches are good for him, so we'll see if that's too much or not. Should be a good amount, we'll see. Nemesis with a mini buff. She went from 18-second cooldown on Retribution to 16 seconds, so she just do it a little bit more often. Not bad for her. But then there's her mama. Now Nox got Cripple on Shadowlock. This is huge. This makes her viable in a lot of ways for just team fighting. It also makes her considerable for support. Being able to cripple someone at level 1 is gonna have a death happen. That is for dang sure. That makes invasions very effective with her because they have no way of getting away from that. That's pretty nice there. And just having the cripples is just makes it easier to not miss Siphon Darkness. If you miss Siphon Darkness, you're still fine because you can still cripple with your Shadow Lock, which will set up death for your teammates to do. Hit them with the Shadow Lock, and then, well, they're crippled. Now, Honor can do his stun combo. Neith can root somebody in her 1. Artemis can set up a trap. People can just wail on the enemy god while they're crippled. That is the advantage to Shadow Lock there, so she's going to have a better position for dang sure. We're going to see some support experimentation for sure. And she'll just be better also in the mid and in team fights in general. Shadow locking a single god so they can't get away. Oh, they're done. They are just done. So Sobek got buffed by them reducing the mana cost on his abilities. So Charge Spray is now 90 instead of 110. And then Sickening Strike is 80 from 110. And then there's his slow on his ultimate, which is even stronger. it is now 40%. It used to be 35% final level. So just 5 extra points across the board there. So the slow is just stronger there. And I don't know, Sobek's it made him better. I like Sobek already, so this makes him even better to play. I think this is going to improve his solo back play just because of the mana cost reduction. And for support, he'll be played there, hopefully. But if we don't see support Sobek, we'll see more solo Beck for sure. One of those two is going to happen. Now, I'll be honest, this buff scares me. Tyr has been buffed. Oh, no. Okay, so the cooldowns on his 3 are now 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 seconds. It used to be 15. So it was just 1 second reduction across the board. Change stance, he now goes up to 50 on protections. It used to be 8 to 40, now it is 10 to 50. So they added +2, +4, and so on to make it up to 50. So Tyr is a pain in the ass to deal with. He really is, but they have buffed him. So we should see more solo Tyrs maybe. I think it feels like they just did that because we're not seeing a lot of solo Tyrs. And maybe some jungle Tyrs, because being this much tankier is going to make him much more annoying. Xing Shen nerfed on the ult. It is now 100 seconds on all ranks. It used to be 100 down to 80 seconds. Now it's just 100 on all ranks. And that's the nerf he got. Now here's the thing that's interesting. Bart noted this. Kepler is performing better than Xing Shen. But the community is raging more about Xing Shen than Kepri. So they nerfed Xing Shen. Why not also nerf Kepri? Or just nerf Kepri and not listen to the community's complaining if you feel like it's not good enough to balance. That is the oddity to me. And so, the hell. So, Kepri's performing really well, not getting nerfed. Xing Shen, everyone's complaining about, so he gets nerfed. It's a gray area what you should be nerfing for what reasons. Do you want to nerf because of lower level play, because of pro play, because of what the community feels, this and that? And it's going to be gray every time, but on this one I disagree on how they approached it. If Xing Shen is not performing as well as Kepri, I don't think they should have given in on that one. And lastly is Zhang Kui, and this is all base stat stuff. So he now has base health of 450, and then you add on top of that per level 85. That's how he goes up to 535 at the first level. And then he also gets magical protections. You said get 0, now he gets 0.9 per level. So what this does, it makes him just tankier, makes him beefier, and this is a beefy guy right here. So they just made him thicker. Harder for him to die, he's able to just withstand more punishment, and that's good. Zhang Kui is likely going to fight another mage, unless you're playing him solo, then you'll fight maybe a physical, but that magic protection just makes him a little bit harder to deal with, so good for him on that. Zhang Kui is a hyper mage who's just capable of doing amazing things at final level and full build, but the trick is getting there. With the extra beefiness, he's able to get there a little bit sooner because he's just getting more beefy, so yeah, good on him right there. This should bring more Zhang Kuis into the game, which isn't a bad thing ever. Look at him, he's awesome. He's ready to fight. Okay, everybody, just looking at the Halloween arena really quick. The music's really creepy and everything. There's a pumpkin there. And all my newest spots are killing each other. Just so we can see the escort really quick. So over here we got... I think that's normal. These guys look normal to me. Are they any different? No, I don't think they are. They all look the same. So, they just look like animals. But there's a little bit of Halloween here and there, which is pretty cool. The minions, of course, are ghouls, so I should go take a look at those really quick here. The escort's going to be up very soon. Anubis spots everywhere. So, these are undead minions, which is great. I really like that a lot, so that's cool right there. Don't get hit by Anubis. Hit him instead. There, he's dead. Oh, crap. Oh, wow. When people die, they leave gravestones? That is awesome. That's pretty cool there. That's great. Oh, crap. Alright, so here's the escort. I'm dead. So, oh, they have pumpkins! The escort's a pumpkin. Okay, so we just look at the escort from here. So there's the escort right there. It's a pumpkin. That's pretty cool right there. And Anubis spots are ridiculous. So that's really cool. So they'll throw the pumpkin into the portal. That's nice. Ah, that's really cool right there. So yeah, that's pretty much the Halloween arena for this month. It just looks cool. Just definitely looks really cool there. And just look forward to seeing, doing some play. Oh, pumpkin's up there too. So we're going to do a couple arenas in the future for sure. Hopefully we'll get some in. Really depends on how well the matches go. If I really want to. But, yeah, that looks really cool there. So now let's go into Jungle Prax and take a look at Soul. But that's so cool, the gravestones. Oh, hey, we get to look at Soul's losing animation. Let's see here. She's a campfire. That's interesting. They're cooking food on her. That's... Oh, nice. Oh, she's pissed. Oh, put her out. Oh. So she's a campfire. I wonder what her victory screen looks like. That's funny. That's funny. Here we go. Time to look at
Sol.
Sol. There we go. So, people are saying she's really strong, and they're saying her kit's really bloated. And, yeah, she's got a lot going on. Girl's got a lot going on. Take a look at it really quick in a moment. Like, let's see, her passive's got 3 things, her 1's got 2 things, her 2's got 2 things, her 3's got 3 things, her ult's got 2 things, but
These battles looking so exciting. This one, I think I shall help with.
I think it's become standard a lot of abilities have 2 things going on with them, where there's always some form of CC, or just there's always a buff or CC with gods these games. I mean, with abilities on gods these days, and that's just how it is, I guess, so I feel like kits are just going to get bloated because that's just how it's going to be. Let's get level 5, though. So, Sol. I put it the wrong one. Put it over 2. Alright, so, the way she works is there's her passive. Her passive has 3 things going on here. When she basic attack, she gets 5% heat, and when she does abilities, she gains heat depending on how much the abilities give for heat. And at 100% heat, here's what's going on. At 100% heat, she gets plus 35 basic attack damage, which is why you might want to play as a basic attacker. But as she's building heat, every 3% heat gives her plus 1 magical power and plus 1 attack speed. So at final bit, 100%, you get 33 magical power, 33% attack speed. So that's pretty good there. We can show it right here building up. So here we go. Look at the damage there, 42, 43, 44. It's building up. I'm also attacking faster, as you can see there. So she's hitting a bit harder as it's going up. And there you go with that. It just keeps climbing up, and she's just getting stronger. And then when it gets to 100, we're going to see a big burst to her damage on basic attacks. There it is right there. So she's just able to hit really hard with base attacks if you want to play her that way. Now her kit has some interesting things going on. Radiance. Her 1, it leaves this fire right here. And it just does some damage over time right there if you stand in it. So it does 150 every 1 second at level 20. Not bad damage there. Let's get 100 magical power so we can see how much contribution we get out of that. So 60 and a 40 if we can. No, actually 30 and a 70 would show us that. So there we go. 30 and that. So that we got 100% now. So we can look at it. So she gets 25% power contribution on her 1. Let me go ahead and just get something for cooldown really quick. Get that. There we go. So her 1 is doing just whatever amount of damage plus 25% of magical power. So when you get 33 extra there, that could be pretty nice there. But the other thing is she's also healing. So she can heal up to 25% of missing health over 5 seconds at full level. So you might not necessarily need lifesteal. You just use this as you're running around to just heal up. And at full cooldown, you're able to do it every 9 seconds. So that ain't bad. At no cooldown, it's every 15 seconds. So within a minute, you can heal 100% of your HP if you need to. So that's pretty useful right there. It's over 5 seconds she does the healing. Now her second ability is Stellar Burst. Now this has a lot going on. It is a basic attack that also bursts, also it slows. And the way it works is you do a basic, and bam, you hit with the initial, and then it reverts. When it reverts on itself, it does a slow and additional damage. So we can show it here. You do the basic attack initial damage, and then when it comes back, it does another hit of damage there. So if you're building for basic attacks, this could be really damaging ability. That's what's going on there. Now her third ability is called Disabara. I can't even pronounce that. So for 3 seconds, she's putting down a flame trail behind her. And that all does damage over time. After 3 seconds, she ignites into a corporal form, and for 3 seconds, she's incorporeal. And you cannot take any damage or CC during that form. So this is like an escape. Yeah, you're doing this, leave a trail behind yourself. That trail explodes, by the way, and stuns for 1.5 seconds. So this is her escape. For 3 seconds, she's leaving a trail behind her that does damage to anyone at her. Also, when it explodes, bam, they're stunned, and she's incorporeal, and she's just still running away. So if you want to chase her, it's going to be a pain in the butt. Also, when she's getting beat up, what you can do is when you're getting beat up, you go ahead and you do 1 and 3. So now you're running, you're running away and healing. And then you go incorporeal, and then bam, they're going to have a harder time with you, so that could be really useful there. Then there's her ultimate. That is Supernova, and this is kind of like Ums and Cobb's honey. Except instead of honey, it's big fireballs. So Agni's ult, but different, so like here. Right there, she just drops a bunch of fireballs like that. And what you can do is you can just aim it at your ground while you're running, so you can leave a trail defending yourself as you're running away. That's the thing you can do. Because what happens is, on the first hit, it knocks back enemies. So you could knock back an entire enemy team of 5 with it. They just have to get hit once, and it knocks them back, so you can use a disruptive in a team fight. Every successive hit after that's only 20% damage, so Not a lot of damage coming out of it afterwards. When you get someone stuck in a bad spot, they'll get hit a lot, so that'd be really good. So that's what you can do there. So she just has a lot of forms of just way to do damage and escaping, just being around forever. She just has really good sustain at 25% HP. That's pretty good there. Makes it possible to not even build Magical Lifesteal if you want. She's got really strong basic with Stellar Burst. Disparate just allows her to get away really well or just do a lot of damage. She can put that trail around a bunch of things and just hurt them all really quick. The explosion causes even more problems. And then there's her ultimate, which you can use as an escape or to wreck somebody. Or a team. That's really what she's got there. So, I think you can build her as a mage if you want. You can also build her as a basic attacker, and both should work out pretty well. And a hybrid in the middle also should work out. So, all across the spectrum, she should be able to do a lot of work. At least that's what I think. But I'll know more deeply when I actually play her. So let's see here. Put down the flame trail there. It's going to blow up and stun him. There, he's stunned. I'm incorporeal. You can right-click out of this at any time. Do the 1. So there's a couple possibilities of what you can do here. You could go, if you want to go for a big burst, which is maybe not the most recommended thing unless you know you can get the kill 1v1. You go in there, get the stun on them. They get stunned. You put the 1 on. You right-click out, put the 1 on them, so they're getting hit by that. And then you're just also bursting with a 2. They're getting slowed by that. So really what you're doing is, you're stunning with the 3. Right-click out Incorporeal, put the 1 down so he's getting hit with that. Slow him down inside of it with your 2, and then he's just getting hit with a bunch of things. If you need to finish off with ult, you can. For just that initial hit of damage, or just to hit him. Maybe get the kill there, because the range on it is pretty good size. And that's really what you can do with her. Or you just basic attack them to death, because you can build her as a basic attacker. That's another thing you can do. Just get 3 basic attack items really quick just to see that. So just get traditional, demonic, and tail kinds. Demonic, tail kinds. And for the heck of it, get a hasteless. There you go. Just take a look at that really quick. And she's just running around, boxing, hitting somebody, and she's building up. You can also just get it up a lot faster with that. And then you're just hitting this hard every time. And at final level, you'll be hitting a lot harder, of course. Also with a build that helps out with that. And just go over to Ra. Go fight him, do the 2 there. He's getting hurt, and he's gone.
Yeah, I guess they're dead. Ugh.
I already tested it. You can solo Fire Giant with her. It is totally doable, so you can also solo Gold Fury. The overtime healing and everything, and just being able to dodge things, you'll be alright with that, so that's pretty good. So there you go. That right there is the game. Let's go and check out Tom's.
I am literally too hot for you.
No, I'd like to not be.
You can't kill me. I'm not even really here.
She sounds more French than that, with that one.
Do you want to play? I'm game.
Or Belgian, really.
You are one spark short of a fire, yes?
Nice.
Do you want to play? I'm game.
Try the jokes.
I got in trouble for being too beautiful. You had no such worries.
Another
You
one.
know the saying, if you play with fire, it enjoys it.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Apollo. I hold the sun across the sky. Apollo just gets in the way. Like a little lost boy.
Wow!
You know the saying, if you play with fire, it enjoys it.
Wow.
I got in trouble for being too beautiful. You had no such worries.
Ooh,
Apollo.
burns!
I
Burns
hold the
all
sun across the
around!
sky. Apollo just gets in
Damn.
the way. Like a little lost boy.
Gee, she needs a burn cream thing as well. Damn. Just damn right there. Okay, so there we go. That right there is the patch notes video. Hope you found it interesting and informative there. A lot of stuff happened. Overall, I'm liking that they did a bunch of little tweaks instead of just these big tweaks, which they've done in the past. Pretty good there. The Halloween arena looks nice and everything. Soul looks really cool. I have no idea if she's too much or too little yet. Since everyone's saying she's too much, I'm going to assume she's not too little. That's for sure right there. So, we'll see her in the future. We'll check her in jungle, check her in mid, check her in soul, check her in ADC role. We'll definitely test all 4 of those with her and then also check out arena. Maybe with her or with other gods. We'll see. But that right there is the patch notes video. I hope you found it informative like I said before. I had fun making it. Hope you had fun watching it. That's what's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by and see you next time. That's how she jumps. It's a weird jump. Oh, she jumps the other way in combat. It's weird. That's kind of weird.